Good morning, Fleetwash Academy. Ron Musgraves here. Hey, my opinions on certifications, it's pretty simple. If we have a body of guys standing collectively together, setting practices and standards, it's going to raise the level of awareness to the customers as far as, what we stand for and what's behind us. I can tell you right now that those larger companies, let's not, say we want to mention their names or anything like that, but those larger companies are definitely using those environmental certifications and things from other associations and organizations against you every day in the field. Are they necessarily driving the price of fleets up? No, they're not, and they haven't been. And some of the reasons is if you tell a customer, let's say, you being a guy that's doing $100,000 a year at a $99 million conglomerate that's publicly traded, and they're in there telling the customer that the law is this way environmentally or that way environmentally. Why would you hire this guy? We're here to absorb that liability from you. Blah blah blah. How will you disprove that as a one man sole single operator that is not collectively together with a bunch of guys? Now, Blaine's got a great system. But again, at the end of the day, it's a private system owned by them. And that's going to be easily refuted as far as if I'm in a situation where I'm the guy making these decisions. I'm going to look, well, of course everyone's out there saying their system's the best or this is the best, but how about if you just had a place where you could go, where you have these standards and you can show a customer that you are in compliance, that you are doing the right things, and that you are following proper protocols. We don't have this in this industry. We never have. Guess what? I fleet washed for 10 years. I saw a decline in the pricing from these companies that were coming in. And I can guarantee you this right now, it's going to be happening in my industry here soon if we as business people don't stand together and say, hey, look, we are valuable. We are doing these processes properly. And we do have a national association that's on the same page with these things. Is this some Ponzi scheme to put your certification in my pocket? Brothers, I've spent so much money in the last 5 years. As a matter of fact, I've had a site for 13 years educating contractors on my own dime because I just believe that collectively together, if we raise the standards of the industry, we can raise the pricing. Period. That's as simple as it is. If you don't believe in that and you think that in your own little market you've got everything under control, I could come and show you 10 times that you didn't have it under control, or you possibly didn't even get things, or things weren't even put your direction because perhaps you weren't even qualified enough to get it. I know that some of you don't want to hear that because, we're all got big egos and we're driven ourselves to believe that, oh, no one's going to do that in my market. This is my market and I own it. Well, that's not true in my market, and I assure you, I am one of the largest guys in my market, if not the largest guy doing what I do. And I don't control this market. There's 8 million people here, and I've got 5 new startups a week. So it's an ongoing process, what I've had to do myself as a company and carry on all that expense to educate the customer. And I have no national association, not even the one that I'm the president of, that I can lean on yet and say, hey, here are the methods that are proper, and here's the proper procedures, and here's how they're following it. And every one of these other guys, I don't know where they got their methods or standards, but I know these are the ones that I've adopted from my national association. That's going to carry a little bit more bang for the buck when we can get that down, and that happens, than what we have now. Is everything that we're doing here perfect? Everybody wants to, who certified this, who, the chicken or the egg. You know, in any industry, from a university scholar to anything, certifications and protocol, they have to start somewhere. If you have a curriculum, the curriculum has to be created. How do you get it created? You create it by massing the professionals in that industry together. I can guarantee you this: if we got if we hired a professor with a PhD, he's not going to write this thing without industry collaboration. And that's, guess who? That's you, that's me. We're the guys in the industry that are doing this. We're the guys that best know this. We're the guys that should be writing these standards and practices. Anybody else wants to tell you that's not how it's done? That's absolutely not true. I've been around now for 50 years. I have seen it. I've seen curriculums created. I've created some myself. I've created them within my own company. You have to start somewhere, and sometimes they're always a work in progress, as well as this one here is going to be a work in progress for quite a while. Now, we've got a really great jump start on this thing. The collaborators that have helped us with this, the guys that collaborated to put this thing together, are amongst you. I won't mention names right now, but there's some pretty heavy hitters in the industry, and they're basically they contributed. Will there be other people? Absolutely. We've already got guys in the organization and association that understand that being certified is important. Not only just to be certified, but just, the bottom line is anything that's going to make you better or develop more education and more skills and keep you in tune with the latest and greatest stuff is always going to be a great asset. Just like the Fleetwash Academy here is, and in any form of social media, it's the learning process is speeded up. Guys learn things quicker, but there's nothing that can replace that in-field experience. And that's the kind of stuff that we need from guys that are on the ground right now, and we need that input. Come and join us. Like I told you, it's free. The remarks about the hack thing, brother, that's just a promo deal. I don't really believe anybody here is a hack. I think that anybody here at the Fleetwash Academy or at the Pressure Washing Institute, or both, I think they're trying to separate themselves and make a difference. I think for the most part, you guys are out there continually researching, and you're doing these things, but we're doing it on our own. Why don't we get together, form a solidarity, and raise the standards together? And then when we got a customer that's questioning it from an outside source, we are together collaborating this thing. Well, then the customer has nothing to say other than, well, they must be right. There's a 52 panel of fleet washers throughout the entire United States that believe that these methods are correct. That's going to carry a lot of weight, and it's going to be important. And I'll tell you what, you'll never have that customer questioning you ever again, because when you have that kind of association with you, it's going to make a difference. I can guarantee it. It will definitely make a difference. Ron Musgraves, good talking to the Fleetwash Academy.